So we're now on part two. So we have to take a break. But what year do you remember the war coming to Belgium?
One year
Yeah.
in 40,
39, 40?
not 30, in 40.
Okay.
And you know what? They came in with the horses that pulled the cannons.
Really?
Yes, they didn't have no automation, the Germans. They just horses. The automation were coming in like a year later, 2 years later, that they came in with trucks or whatever.
So they didn't even need tanks and you know,
They came in with the horses.
the mechanized. What about the airplanes? Like the Luftwaffe?
Yes, the little airplanes, you will not believe it. They came so close to the ground to shoot the people. Everything that moved was killed
Yeah.
when they come in 40. And they were coming in so low, they flew under the telephone wire. So close to the ground they came in.
It's a little bit of skill.
Huh?
At least, I mean, they were skilled
Yes.
at being terrible people, but yeah.
They were trained, I tell you, very early.
Yeah.
Because in Germany, the parents had to go to the factory and the kids were in camp and they were taught to be mean.
Like the Hitler youth camps and all that.
Yes, you
Wow.
camp.
Yeah.
Yes, and they were taught to be mean. And they were very mean.
Yeah. When do you first remember the war starting? Like what happened, or what did you read, or was it just night and day? Like everything was fine one day?
Just right there, no school. And they occupied the schools.
They just came in, like you just.
They came in with big things.
What about the Belgian army? Like why didn't they?
They didn't have no time to have an army. They had an army for the king,
Yeah.
but they didn't have time for an army.
Wow.
You would not believe it. They came in so fast. It was like, you see, the Germans, like more than overnight, the 10th of May, the war broke out.
Okay.
And we see the Germans the 10th of May.
Wow. So, yeah. So
Evidently, here is Germany, here is Belgium, and we live here, near the border of France.
yeah.
And we see the Germans the same day.
Well, that was their whole goal, right? Getting to France.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
And obviously, your life changed quite a bit, I'd suspect.
Did it change?
Yeah.
No school,
Tragic.
because they occupied the schools.
Right.
The boys' school, it was boys and girls' school at that time. The boys' school, they occupied it for 4 years.
For all 4 years.
Yes, and the boys had to go in people's attics to go to school. They told the people, to finish your attic, we're going to have class here. Yes. And the boys went to the people's attics to have schooling.
What age were the boys in the school? So like up to 8th grade, you said?
No, first grade.
Okay.
From first grade to 8th grade.
Okay. What happened to the older boys?
They went to.
Yeah.
They all had to go to school. Finally, they cleaned our schools out. And they had schools again because it was the nuns' convent. And the Germans was occupying even the nuns' convent. But then they let the nuns alone because it was an orphanage, and it was also an old folks' home, and then the school. So finally, but you wouldn't believe, they occupied the schools, and so many soldiers that did opening I mean, exercise.
Yeah.
You could look at it from here to there, and that was all soldiers.
Wow.
Yes. So many. And all young soldiers.
So were you like restricted in where you could go, what you could do?
Oh, we were restricted, we couldn't go no place.
Yeah.
They had to see whatever we wore. And if they want something from the farm, they came and took it.
Yeah.
Yes.
They never paid you for anything.
No.
So what other interactions did you or like your siblings have with the Germans on your farm?
It's very scary.
Yeah.
Because they would pull the gun on our kids.
Tell me about that. What happened?
If you met them on the street, we always make sure we were at 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my dad says, then they leave you alone. But they would kill a kid. One kid alone that walked alone on the street, they would kill him.
Because they would suspect that they were up to something.
Yes.
And there was no like investigation, no trial.
There was nothing.
Just if you were out when you weren't supposed to be, you're gone.
Yeah.
Wow. You were telling me something about your brother and the sheep.
Like I say, my brother.
Yeah, tell me about that.
They were standing with the gun in front of him.
Why? What did he do?
Because my dad reported it, and they thought the kid killed a sheep.
Okay, so your dad reported a sheep on the property on the farm.
Yeah.
Okay. And your brother, they thought your brother did it.
They thought my brother did it.
Why did they care so much about a sheep?
Because the thing was they like to eat a lot of meat and over the bodies that was skinned out.
Oh, okay, so somebody had
Yeah.
carved out the sheep.
Yeah.
And they thought it was your brother. How old was your brother at the time?
10.
Could he have done that at 10?
And
Did he know what to do with a sheep at 10? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Huh. Wow.
no, as a kid 10 years old.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. I work with 14-year-olds that can barely hold a pencil. So, yeah. That seems a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
So what happened? Like they came to your house to...
They set him against the wall and they were going to kill him.
They put a gun to him. Wow.
Yes.
And then what happened? Why didn't they?
Well, the other one says, the one says to the other, you can't kill children, that's the future generation. And he thought about it, and then he let them go. Yeah.
So in the whole scheme, there was one decent Nazi.
Yes.
One.
Yeah.
Well, thank God.
But you know what? I tell you, the planes that came down and killed people, there was all soldiers that they trained that was only 18, 19 years old.
So when you say the planes would come down and kill, was that with like bombs, or did they use the machine guns and just?
The machine gun.
Wow, so they would just gun down people walking like for fun, like for
Yes.
sport.
Yes.
And you heard this and saw
Yes.
this and
There was a family about 4 or 5 miles away from us. And I don't know if that was related or what it was. Nobody never found out. But they killed the mother and the father. And there were 2 kids in the yard. A year old and a baby in a buggy. And they came back and killed those kids yet.
so they just did another
Like a
flyby.
plane.
Wow,
Yes,
for no reason, just
for no reason
just
at
to
all.
show that they could.
Yeah, brutality.
Yeah, wow.
But you can understand that they were very brutal
Yeah, oh, yeah.
because if they killed Jews and everything else.
There were quite a few Jews in Belgium before World War II, right? So did you know any of those?
But we had 2 ladies
You had 2 ladies.
that we harbored.
You hid. Wow.
All 4 years.
Wow. How'd you get away with that?
Well, because we were with so many children, you know, the house wasn't big enough for a couple of Germans. Yes.
Do you remember their names?
No.
You don't. A long time ago.
It's been so long ago.
Where did they hide in that, or did they just like join your family? Like how did you hide them? You know.
You know, our house, we had a front room and a bedroom.
Okay.
And they were in the front room and the bedroom. And the other part of the house was just one big room that we lived in. And that's all we had.
So you lived in the big room and you let them kind of hide away?
Yeah.
Did anybody ever come looking for them? Any of the
No.
Germans ever come looking? They never did.
No.
But they hid with you. What do you think would have happened if they'd gotten caught?
When they got caught, they would have all killed all of us
Yeah.
because we were harboring them. We had, you know, we were taking care of them.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forget about that. Like, you know, in school, obviously, we read the Diary of Anne Frank. Obviously, she was in the Netherlands, which is close. But nobody ever, and everybody would think that they would help, right? They would help in that situation today. Because hindsight being what it is. But if the families that are trying to do good get caught, especially when you have young children like yourself and your siblings. How many siblings did you have again?
12, we were with 12.
12. That's a whole family that would be gone if you
Yes.
were found.
Yes.
So, why do you think your parents made the ultimate decision to hide these two women?
My mom and dad felt sorry.
Yeah.
They felt sorry for the people, and if they would have had children, they would have felt sorry. Because, how am I going to say, through the war, we had kids from the city that stayed with us for a week and went back to the city.
Wow.
Yes. And a cousin from my mother, he had 5 children, but the 2 oldest one were, working. But the other 3 came and stayed with us for about 3 weeks. My cousins in Brussels, they came and stayed with us. We always had 24, 25 children on the table.
Yeah, that's a lot of kids. That's
Yes.
about what I have in class.
Yes, that's what my mother had always so many kids on the table to eat.
Wow.
If a bunch of left, there was a new bunch of coming in.
How did you guys feed so many people?
Well,
Especially in a time of war where they're threatening your brother for allegedly killing a sheep. Like, how did you feed all these people?
but my dad had built an oven that you could make 12 big loaves like this. And he went to the mill with his own grain and have it grind up. And he came home and then my mother made the bread.
So you ate a lot of bread?
Yes.
What else did you eat? Was it basically just bread for 4 years?
Bread and potatoes.
Bread and potato.
Yes.
It's a very Irish diet.
And we had a lot of veggies.
Yeah.
My mom was a great on veggies. We had a lot of cabbage and beans.
And all of this was grown on your farm.
Yes.
So you were lucky in that sense that you
Yes.
were actually able to provide for yourself. And I guess that's why people came to stay with you, right? Because if they didn't have a farm, there was nothing. I guess the Germans took everything.
And a lot of time my mother, when the neighborhood went dry,
Yeah.
I mean their goats went dry. She went in the neighborhood a lot of times. She went in the neighborhood a lot of times at night with half a liter of milk and a half a loaf of bread to feed those children in the neighborhood.
Wow.
Yes. Yes, there were 2, 3 kids and nobody was working. And they had a goat, but the goat they didn't milk because she went dry. So my mom provided some milk for those kids.
Wow. Wow. That's incredible, though.
I mean, you had a family of their own, and they had some city kids yet, and you still go and feed the neighbors.
If you had to estimate like a number of lives that your family helped save in those 4 years, what would you think? How many people?
I would never count on it.
You wouldn't know?
No.
Wow.
No, she always went
It was
to
a
this
ton.
family, that family, and we never knew because she went in the evening.
Yeah.
Yes. A lot of times she says, oh, the German just like, I'm ready to go. That's how she did
And
it.
she just went out and went. That's
Yes.
And what was her name? What was your mother's name again?
How to leave it. So, Godelov. Yeah,
Is that a common name?
that was a common name in Belgium. Yeah.
Wow.
So they say Liva.
Leva.
Yes. Yeah, that's what they say, Liva.
And was her last name Dermaux?
Machon.
Oh,
Machon.
okay. Leva Machon. Where does the name Dermaux come from?
Oh, that's a French name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yes, those people came from France somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is a French name. But my husband had quite a few stories to tell.
I bet. We'll get to him.
He was prisoner of war
Wow.
in France when they were building those things for the Germans.
Mm-hmm.
When the Americans went through in Bordeaux.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there. And they built all those bunkers.
Wow.
And you know, if they didn't build enough or work hard enough, they were in castles
Mm-hmm.
in Bordeaux. They had to spend an hour in the water to hear in the basements. And then they fed them.
Well, at least they got fed.
Huh?
So at least they got fed.
Not much.
Unlike the Jews that were just starved.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not much. They were on their way to be starved.
Wow.
Yes. If it wasn't that they had to build those bunkers, they wouldn't have had no food.
Right. Right. So they were working for their lives.
Yes.
Wow. Incredible.
Yes, and you know what? He said a big thunderstorm came up, and he says to his friend, now it's time to go. Because all around those castles, they had bombs in the ground.
The mines, yeah.
Mines, yeah. And they had the mines. But if you crawl on your stomach and you feel with your hand where the mines are, you can feel it. You can crawl between them.
Right, you just kind of like shift them, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So they crawled between those mines in a big thunderstorm. So finally they got to the minefield and they hide in the daytime under the viaduct from the trains. And in daytime they followed the railroad that where his brother was in France. So when he was with his brother and they had to follow too, he stayed there with the farmer. And that was the mayor of the town. Yes. So then he was safe. But he was 3 months in on that building the bunkers for the Germans. He was picked up at...
When was he born? Is he the same age as you, or?
No, he was 4 years older.
Okay, so...
He was born in 23.
So he was lucky that... Wow.
Yes, and he was lucky that he could crawl between the mines, the landmines.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So, when the war lasted 4 years for you, when did you start to kind of sense a shift in the war? Like, when did you tell the Germans were losing?
The Germans had the last battle, the battle of the, what is it? What they call it now?
I'm sure it's
Anyhow, on the border of Germany and Belgium.
Battle of the Bulge,
The
maybe.
Battle of the Bulge.
Yeah.
And that was a very bad battle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. If it wasn't that the Belgium was so nice to the Americans, they would not have made it.
Wow.
Yes.
So when did you first see an American soldier? What year? Do you remember?
45. Yeah. Yeah, they were parked just like they're in the woods,
Yeah.
that far away from us. And it was Americans, and they came to see our family, and they were nice. Of course, we could not talk English. You know, but anyhow. And they came and asked, and they asked for eggs. And my mom gave them some. They wanted to pay it. She said, no. You can eat your breakfast tomorrow morning. It was the night before. And then they came again. And they gave us some biscuits. But that was a different biscuit. It was that square, and it was in a box like this.
Huh.
Yes.
Like old school biscuits,
Like
yeah.
like a cracker.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they were like a cracker.
Did you ever see any British soldiers, like, you know, during Dunkirk time or anything like that?
No. No, and you know, that's what we seen was a lot of Canadians and Americans. Oh, they're gonna come in Dixwood. So we walked 5 miles to see the soldiers coming in.
Do you remember what you were feeling at that time? Well, how were you feeling? Like, what were your
We
emotions?
were so happy,
Yeah.
yes. And once in a while they threw a package of biscuits out, whatever they had, you know, and we were so happy.
Like a parade.
Yes.
Wow. That's awesome. It's beautiful.
And my brother, 2 brothers, they both had a bicycle. And my older brother says, I think you're home on the bicycle, you don't have to walk.
Well, that's nice of him. Jeez.
So
At least he took you home.
He took me home. We all went. I think we went with 4 or 5 to see the parade for the Americans. Yes. A whole, what is it, colony?
Yeah?
Yes.
Or the column. Yeah,
Tanks.
the column of tanks and soldiers and all that.
And then the cannons and whatever they had. Yes. And they have little jeeps. All the jeeps.